We had just gotten done with a brush fire that happened on the Sawgrass Expressway. We were kind of relaxing at the station when we got a call for a structure fire. And there was a report that there was a mother and one, possibly two children unaccompanied, or unaccounted for.
Right from the moment we got dispatched, we were told that there were still people inside. Obviously, our adrenaline started going at that moment because we don't really get that a lot. Took us only about 3 minutes to get there from this station, which is pretty good because that's not that close.
There were a lot of neighbors around, obviously, screaming, pointing, here's the fire, and just really looked very concerned, like they really thought maybe that their thoughts were that there was the mom and the baby still in the house, which there was.
While we were in there, like I said, we opened the door, it was really hot. We penciled the ceiling, went, found where the fire was. There was a lot of things going on. One of the air packs went off. So once we got all that quiet, I thought I heard just a real faint, just a moan, real faint. And that's when I told my partner I thought I heard it, and he thought he heard it also. And that's when we used the camera to look around to see what we can find. And that's when we found her. It was just very faint, couldn't tell where it was. And like I said, she was probably 2 feet away.
I was calling out fire department, is anybody in here? Fire department, is anybody in here? And then my lieutenant told me to be quiet. And he said, I think I hear something. And then I guess he scanned to the left or started scanning the rest of the house.
And I had to hold it close because it was smoky, and I just held it about this far from my face and just moved it around. Low to the ground, so most likely where they would be.
We found a mother basically hunched over. It looked like couldn't really see her initially, but by the time we got real close to the bottom of the floor, we could actually see the mother hunched over, or what appeared to be a lady. I didn't know it was a lady at the time, but she was like real low to the ground, but hunched over. And when I felt her, I didn't think she was alive. She seemed stiff. And then when I looked down, I could see 2 little feet, which at that point I basically pushed the mother over and grabbed the baby, and I told the lieutenant that I had a child, or I had a baby, and that we needed to get out.
While they were in there, I was feeding more hose in so that they would have room to work. Eventually the hose line stopped moving, and I figured that they were making an attack on the fire. So I moved my way up the hose line. I followed the hose line in to their location, but before I even got that far, I bumped into John Barry coming out with the baby in his arms, and he said, "I have a baby," and he passed me and made his exit. At that point, I continued in because I knew that my lieutenant was still in there by himself on the hose line. So I moved my way up the hose line too, and then when I did, I found the mother lying on the floor also. So I let the lieutenant know that I was dragging her out and made my way out of the apartment with her, and a couple of other firefighters met me at the door.
What does it mean to be a fireman? It means everything to me. I love it.
Oh, this is the best job in the world. There's nothing better than being able to save lives and help the community.
It didn't hit till after we got out of the fire and I heard that everyone was okay and how close both of them were to actually dying at that point. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a once in a lifetime, from what I understand, a once in a lifetime thing to do something like that. And to have it done feels really good. It's kind of hard to explain it.
There's no way to really explain how that makes you feel, because saving another human life is a wonderful thing. You don't get that very often, if ever. And I've been told since this incident happened, something like that may never happen to me again in my career.
Not until I get outside, when I was actually kind of running to the rescue truck. that's when it kind of hit me that if anything comes out of this, I just hope this baby's okay.
When I seen firefighter Barry come out with the baby, I'll never forget that feeling. Every single one of us that were on that fire the day, we all have small children. So to see him walk out with that baby in his arms was a pretty good feeling. Never forget it.
Lieutenant Scott Nathanson. Lead paramedic Alden Prince. Driver engineer Daniel Dowery. Firefighter John Barry. And firefighter David Tyrell. Ladies and gentlemen, 2009 Fireslayer of the Year Award.